If I launch merch using my NFT tomorrow, am I even allowed to? If you're unsure or maybe you just laughed awkwardly just now, this video is exactly for you. Because even though most people think NFTs are dead, quiet, or whatever, recently I was checking marketplace activity and still saw people buying, trading, and even using NFT in bonding. Not as loud as before, but still happening. Which means the risk is still alive too. So today, we're gonna dip into NFT licensing and rights, and not in a legalist headcake way, okay? But in a super plain language, way that makes you go like, oh, now it makes sense. So that's why Simply Crypto here, and the goal of this video is super simple, guys. By the end, I want you to be confident enough to look at any NFT you own and know exactly what you can do or not do with it. Because I didn't know word. Stop being a valid excuse when lawyers start calling. So let's lay down the foundation first, okay? Holding an NFT, guys, in your wallet does not automatically give you ownership of the artwork, music, or character in a legal sense. What you own is a digital token, a proof that you hold something unique. But the intellectual property rights tied to it, that's governed by the license, which is usually written by the project founder or artist. So think of it like buying a physical book. You can display it, read it, lend it to a friend, but you can reprint the story, rewriting the ending, sell movie rights based on it. Nope, because you own the book itself, not the story behind it. So that's exactly the difference between token ownership and IP ownership. Okay, so now, why does this matter? Because during the NFT peak, tons of people saw other launching burger brands, clothing lines, toys, even music projects using their NFTs, right? They assumed that they could do the same, but only a handful actually had the correct rights. So let me paint a quick story, guys. A guy grabbed an NFT character. He spent months building a fashion brand around it, made a full marketing rollout, like socials, pop-ups, the works, so everything looked great. Until the artist sent him a letter demanding he shut it all down immediately. Why? Because that NFT was only allowed for personal use, not for commercial. So he lost thousands, and here's the kicker, guys. He wasn't even trying to be illegal. He just never read the license. So, how do I avoid that? First, let's break down the 4 common license types. CZ0, sometimes called Creative Commons 0, means full freedom, guys. It's like saying, this is public domain, do whatever you want, no need to credit us. So if you've ever seen people turn their NFT into a brand mascot or make it as a 3D version, change its clothes, launching a product using it, that's usually CZ0. Personal use, on the other hand, is the most basic. You can post it, use it as a profile picture, display it publicly, but monetizing it, sketchy, guys, because selling merch with it, it's also risky. It's putting it on a billboard for your company, that's very risky, guys. The next level, limited commercial rights, which means you can use the NFT for business, but typically there are limits, like max revenue allowed before, needing a separate agreement. So if you must follow branding guidelines. And finally, commercial rights, which means you basically own the character rights. This is what some blue chip NFT promoted, giving buyers permission to build full businesses around them without needing extra permission. But let's slow down here. Just because something says commercial, it doesn't mean, guys, infinite freedom. Some projects say commercial rights, but only as long as the project is active. Some require attribution, some allow merch but not physical store branding. So don't just read the headline. Actually read the paragraphs. Quick warning. So if the license isn't visible anywhere, that's a red flag. Some teams posted their terms in random Discord files, some in old tweets, some never wrote one at all. So in those cases, technically, you might have minimal legal protection. So here's what I want you to do as a practical step, okay? Pick an NFT you own, maybe your favorite one. Search it on OpenSea or its original mint page. Look for license, term of use, or IP rights. If it says C0, you're safe to explore creative options. If it's personal use, keep it in your gallery but don't put it on business materials. If it's commercial, check the fine print. And if you can't find anything, message the creators directly, guys, or proceed with way more caution. Even though NFT hype slowed down, legal risk didn't. Now let's talk why this conversation still matters right now. Imagine someone tries to bring back their NFT in a movie cameo, music video, or VR gallery, or even as a collectible in the next bull run. If they never secured rights, they could get hit later when value rises. Or even worse, you collab with a brand, make revenue, then later discover the original artist are still owns that IP. So that becomes messy for sure. But if you handle it now, review the license guys, archive proof of what it said when you bought it, and clarify any uncertainties. Alright, and if you learned something new, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment saying right matter. So I know you fully understand today's lesson. And if you want to break down how to read legal terms or assess if an NFT is actually safe to build on, let me know below guys. I might make a part 2. This is Simply Crypto, and if ownership is power, then clarity is alpha. Catch you in the next one. Bye!